Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft 1.17 Snapshot 21W10A. My name is Cybear here, and we're going to get into it today looking at what all the new changes are here for it. So, one of the bigger changes here that has come out for Minecraft that's not being talked about much here is that Minecraft is now running on a newer version of OpenGL, which is the Open Game Library. So it's now running on the Core 3.2. So moving on from that change there for the Minecraft now going on to Open 3.2 here, we have some new ore texture changes. We have a new deep slate orb, those being the copper, the coal, and the emerald ores. Now these will not naturally generate into the world. They are actually just added in here for just extra blocks for map makers and other people who want to use them for special effects and other things like that. So you will not find these naturally generating in your world. It will still just be the normal other ores that we find here, the gold, the iron, the lapis, diamond, and redstone will be generating. But aside from those new ores, we now have some texture changes. Some of it you can kind of see here. I think gold got a little bit of a change here. Iron definitely did here. I don't know if whether or not I I mean, I guess it looks fine. It looks closer to its original state there for it. I did like the really, bizarre out there change that the new iron ore texture had, but that was my opinion versus others, and it looks like their opinions won out over mine. Anyway, but that's our new ore texture change there. Some more changes here with the diamonds here to match more with the deep slate, so it looks like I believe they moved the pixelation over here. Yeah, it looks like everything is lining up again here for the diamond versus diamond deep slate versus normal ore. I forgot to make this world without weather. And with that, some a little bit more changes here for the redstone. Emeralds did also get a little bit of a change. Lapis. We'll look at the images later here to compare them to. I do have them pulled up here that we can pull them over there. From that though, we now have new deep slates. More deep slate texture changes. Mostly just, I think, the cobbled variant and the normal variants here of deep slate have texture changes. This one being with the top, and I believe this one the entire block. I don't think any of the other ones got changed, but those are the two that are significantly different here. Deep slate ore actually now is, not deep slate ore, but just deep slate itself is now rotatable like logs. So you can see how this top texture, little bit different than the front texture here. So if we look at that block in place, you can tell that these two do not line up. Those textures do not match. So you can build some walls out of it if you wanted to build it that way. Did I build it right now? There we go. So just gotta, place it like logs and be upset when it doesn't work. Why is it wanting to rotate like that? Anyway, so more funds to build with. I like that has a rotational ability to it here for it. It also comes in now an annoying variant, the infested deep slate here. So this, like any other of the infested blocks here, once mined will have a silverfish spawn in them. So making it really annoying to just randomly dig in the deep slate. But, I mean, if you come across that one block that you're having a particularly way too easy of a time digging up, stop digging it. But then again, probably at that point, you're going to have netherite pickaxe and you're just going to be digging through everything. Aside from that, let's move on. We do have a couple new blocks here for the deep slate bricks and tiles variants. We have the cracked variants, so you can see how these ones got a little bit more broken texture to them. Now what we're missing is the mossy variants there, and that was just a complete little set there. So you get, and especially with the new Lush Caves, I wouldn't be surprised if they were adding those sooner. I wouldn't be surprised if they were adding those sooner rather than later. Moving on from there, the thing I didn't know about last time here, what I was speaking about when cobbled deep slate was introduced into the game, is that it was not able to be smelted down into regular deep slate. So now it can be. So that is a new thing there. You can see it's melting down right now. Smelts right into the deep slate variant here. Boom. Deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Smelting. One of the other newer changes here that is supposed to be in the game but is currently not working right now is that the lightning rod is supposed to be waterloggable. Now, unless there's something wrong with this lightning rod in particular, or any of the other ones I tried, this is not working currently. So you can see right now, currently there should be an infinite water source spawning right here in the middle of it. It's not working, and even with clicking my bucket bajillions of times here onto this, it is not filling up that slot. So unfortunately, that is bugged right now. We do not get to see that. Moving on from there, we have new spawn size limits for the slime. So I believe the original spawn size limit was 100 for the slime. Those are ones that obviously won't generate naturally in the world, but you can spawn them through via commands. So I set up a command block here to spawn a giant slime. So boop, and it is lagging. There we go. Hello, buddy. Goodbye, buddy. Be free. And then we're gonna just get rid of that. Oh, no. Apparently the kill command does not... doesn't just remove it. Got it. Any more? Oh, yep. Alright, I think we got them all. Alright, so giant slimes will break down into smaller slimes if they're spawned at their maximum size. Do be aware of that. That could be great for quite a interesting boss fight to have. Aside from all that, these are all the visual changes, some quality changes there for getting deep slates, some new blocks to add in the game to get more variety to see in the world, and bugginess of, features that are supposed to work. And then just a new game engine overall. Other things that we do have, before I show off the Lush Caves here, and okay, this is why I turn off weather. There we go. So we have new shaders now. So these shaders you can find in the link down below, because I did have a little bit of trouble finding it myself, but it's through a tweet from one of the developers at Mojang that put out for the new types of shaders that we can have. So we have Blustery Day. We'll put that on here. That's not what I want. Don't open pack. Wrong one. Done. Alright, so as you can see, right now, nothing looks different here. So let's go ahead and get a sapling, because I forgot that the new trees do not work with this. So I'm going to try and spawn at least one of each sapling here and see if it works for all the other ones. And bone mill. There we go. So we'll get just a normal sapling here. There we go. So we have now motioned leaves and water. We'll show that in a second here. I just want to look at the leaves here because I find those are the prettiest in shaders, aside from the nice reflective textured waters. Wavy water, not so much cool in my eyes, but it does exist, and we'll look at it in a moment. Let's just see. Yep. So it looks like here pretty much any variant of tree except for the new Zuril tree will have breezy looking textures. Let's see, jungle sapling. Oh. Looks like jungle saplings do not have the waviness to them. So that is also another one. What about the acacia? Acacia does. And the dark oak should. Yes, dark oak does. Okay, so it looks like the only ones that don't wave in the wind is the jungle trees and the new tree over here, which is the azure tree. I'm surprised we don't have a new block of wood here. It's using oak wood, but that may just be coming later, because I figured they would have a different, at least, wood typing for that. Let's see. Oh, and then the water. Let's look at the water now. We should be able to see that. Yep, water is now bobbing up and down. I think it's going a little too fast. That's bobbing up and down like that. But, I mean, it looks more alive than, the static water that we're normally used to. And then we do have the other texture pack here. I'll just load it on top of this other one, if it will work. And there we go. Everything is simplified in Minecraft. Everything is a single block color. Except for signs. Signs are not. I like it in some places and I don't like it in others. This I definitely don't like it in. But apparently, from my vague understanding, is that this is not just like everything being retextured to be just one or a few different colors here. It is actually telling the game to select certain colors and make that the base. That's weird. That's a furnace, apparently. So, this one not as cool as the first one. And it also doesn't look like it works with the, yeah. Oh, no, they are still waving. Hello, waves. And then the water doesn't look any different here, so. Oh, it does look different, actually. Water's extra smooth. I mean, that looks a little bit nicer there. I'd rather have reflective water than wavy water. I mean, I guess they also have the waviness to it. Just doesn't look good without the reflective. But there we go. So those are all the one changes here that is not the lush biomes here, because that is what the big thing of the update is that now the new cave generation is getting the new cave biomes. Now this is a single biome world because it's not spawning a normal generation world yet, but it will be. So let's go ahead and get these packs off. There we go. And let's go ahead and get ourselves into spectator mode and get down in some caves. So this tree here will spawn above Lush Caves here. So when you go down, it will have rooted dirt into it, and you'll know that you're right above a cave that is a Lush Cave. So here, you can see some of that rooted dirt here with the roots hanging out of it. We have some moss growing here on the ceiling with the new cave vines, and wow, if you dig straight down, you will fall into a pit of doom. Let's get ourselves... Now let's get back to creative mode. Ooh, this one's creative. There we go. And get ourselves a night vision. There we go. Now we can see things. There we go. Ooh, so... Looks like you're with the Lush Caves here. It's going to be spawning with lots and lots of clay. I don't know about you guys, but I tend not to find a lot of clay, so I don't build a lot of things out of the bricks. And I do actually like Minecraft's red bricks here, but it's always been a hassle of like getting a lot of clay. I usually spend a lot of time in like flat swamp biomes when I do want to collect some clay. But looks like we're going to have vast amounts of these clays. And you can see now that the drip leaves are spawning in their natural environment. Excuse me. And then we got some ore generation here going on, which we will actually have to talk about that too. So there is a new ore generation. Overall, it is going to be a lot less spawning, but we'll talk about that and we'll show off the map for that. So yeah, this is what the new Lush Caves look like here. We got a nice little amethyst geode just poking out of the walls here. That's cool. A little creeper. But yeah, it's very pretty. Very. Oh, hey. It's the little zombie villager. Oh, hi. You little bastard, aren't you? Yeah. Alright, so, moving on. I'll bring it up to the screen here so that way we can see the images now. Alright, so, some ores that were added in here. You can see the two different ores from the images here for textures that are added in. Nothing too exciting from this. We already showed it off. That's one of the snapshot textures, so you can snapshot pictures you can see on the main site here. The other is the two different versions here. This one says 21W08B's ore textures here, and this one is 21W10A's. So I thought gold did change here, but it doesn't look like it did if at all. For neither of the deep slate or the regular. Now, the diamond here, you can see, does have a little bit more darker textures, kind of making it look like it's more deep into the block of the stone than it is here, where it's just kind of like flat on the surface looking. So these kind of more now line up, and now you can see, from here in the image that it is moved over to the correct pixel blocks to the regular diamond. Cool, yep, changes here. Looks to be more of a getting rid of that darkness border around it. So it's like a little bit darker around the outside of parts of the black. It's kind of a little lightened up here. Lapis, can't really see too much different there. Obviously, iron is very much vastly different than it was last time. And I don't think the redstone got too much of a change. Can't really tell the difference between the two of them here. So those were those ones. Here we got the new ore distribution here. So the ores overall, there's going to be less of them. The diamonds, whichever one's going to be the ones that care about, will spawn in smaller chunks for it, but will spawn more frequently. But overall, will still be in a reduced amount of diamonds that you will find. Looks like they did add on for more lapis to be found here now. The iron got moved down and also reduced in for how much it spawns for it. So iron will be a little bit more difficult to come across. Emeralds vastly increased from the last time, and it looks like it goes even deeper than it did beforehand. Again, everyone still, though, remember this is still not final here, so more likely it's going to change again. It still didn't look like it was like too hard to find things, but the caves are as big as they are. There's so much air exposure that you're going to find a lot of ores still. Now, we didn't find any diamonds while we were in there flying around. We could probably, take a little bit longer to find them, but I'm not going to do that right now. But let's see, what other ones got changed? So coal is going to be a little bit, excuse me, it's going to be a little bit more also difficult to find because it now has reduced air exposure. So you just won't find massive amounts of coal just hanging out in an open aired wall. So it's probably more likely what's going to happen is that you're going to find like one piece of coal and then it's going to just like lead into a giant geode of like coal in that wall. So that is the Minecraft Snapshot 21W10A, everyone here. So I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment on how I did, what you would like to see me cover in the future, how I could probably better this series out here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, leave a like, comment, the shebang, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.